Oh, excuse me. There we go. Hey, Janie Jane, how are you? We're broadcasting everywhere. It looks as though we are. Okay, good. Hey, Mary, how are you? Happy Sunday, guys. Ugh. Hi, Lisa, how are you? I'm kind of like out of it. I almost forgot it was Sunday. Janie Jane, you're not new. I've seen your name here before because of the way that you spell. Hey, Casey, how are you? I recognize your name. You've been here before. Yeah, I am a little tired. It's been a long day. I forgot that it was Sunday, to be honest. It's also been kind of gray and overcast all day, so it's been feeling like it's in the morning. Hey Sharon, how are you? I just got done watching a show on Netflix called Who Killed Sarah? I've been watching it for the last 2 days. It was pretty good, actually. It's a Mexican, like sort of, I would call it a soap opera kind of. It's very soap opera-esque, but it was good. It was very entertaining, kind of pulpy and dramatic, and everybody's a dirtbag, and there's like, murder and people sleeping with each other that shouldn't be. It's sort of like soap opera in that way, but it was actually really entertaining. I enjoyed it. It was kind of over the top, which was fun. And there's 2 seasons, and I guess they're going to do a third season. So it's interesting. I don't want to give away any spoilers, so you'll have to check it out if you have Netflix. And I think you can watch it. I watched it in Spanish with English subtitles just because I like listening to it, and I think it adds a little bit of flair to it because it's so sort of like melodrama in a way. But you can watch it dubbed in English too, I believe. Was one of the options, but I chose to watch it in Spanish just because I felt like it added to the oomph of the drama of everything that they were doing. And it's funny too, just some of the tropes that they have in there. Sort of, there's very very much like religion and pregnancy and weird machismo. There's certain things that are like sort of tropes in Mexican dramas that like are really good. I love it. So. No, you have said hello in the past, Janie Jane. I remember your name. You have. Oh, did you start watching it this morning, Lisa? What do you think? Did you like it? Casey says days, but I can't remember what month it is most of the time. I can't like I almost had no idea it was Sunday. I almost let the day go by, and I was like, oh shit, I have to do a live tonight. Like I realized that like right before I was about to finish work. Also watched the show called Evil, which was chilling. I'll have to check that one out. You binge watch Merlin. Was it good? I'm gonna watch the next thing I think I'm gonna watch after I do this live is I'm gonna there's one called with Amy Adams. It's new and it's got a bunch of great actresses in it. It's like Amy Adams, Julianne Moore, Jennifer Jason Leigh. Um, there's something about the woman through the window or something like that. It's a new Netflix movie, and I watched Army of the Dead yesterday. Was it yesterday? It came out on the 21st, the new zombie movie that Netflix released, that was fun. It was really entertaining if you like zombie movies. It kind of reminded me a little bit of like a zombie movie with like sort of a Escape from New York kind of feel, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, Escape from New York. Just because it's fun. I watch that movie every so often, like every year or two. I like old John Carpenter films. Um, I am good, thank you, Casey. You're loving it so far. It's good, and it keeps you twisting and turning. That's the cool thing about it. At least I'm not going to say anything about it, but if you're enjoying it, it just gets like it's a roller coaster. The whole series, like both seasons, you're like, oh my god, and it's kind of cool how they build it up, how they tell the story. It's really good, great story, action, adventure, special effects, has it all. So Merlin, I will check that out and see what's going on there with that. I like zombie movies too, Jane. I like them too. I do. Sorry, morning, guys. It's just such a lazy day. I also got up super early this morning, so that might be part of it too. And I'm trying to stop drinking soda, which has been a little bit of, like you usually have my afternoon can of Dr. Pepper or something. I'm trying to quit it. I've gained a little bit of weight and I'm like, I don't like it. So I'm trying to stop that stuff. I'm in Texas. So yeah, so we even had rain today, which was good. We've been getting rain a little bit. That's been good, but it's been kind of gray and overcast. It sort of has felt like, early morning all day. Mm. 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 What's going on with you guys? You're in the suburbs of Chicago. Cool. I've never been to Chicago. I've driven through like the outskirts of Chicago. Like a little part of the city I had to drive through on one of the freeways. I can't remember. But that's all I've ever seen of Chicago. I've never actually been. It's gloomy over here and you're yawning. It's contagious. I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I just feel like I think I missed last Sunday because I had a class. I can't remember if I did last Sunday, but I feel like I didn't. I don't know. And then I didn't remember that today was Sunday, so I just thought. Lisa says she just moved from Chicago. You haven't found a job yet, Mary? Oh, that's cool. That's where I am actually in Texas, at San Antonio. It's an interesting city. It's pretty big. Oh, that's too bad. Are they all one way? I don't know. I guess they are sort of in the downtown area. It's kind of weird. I live like more in the suburbs of the city. So it kind of doesn't feel like a city here. It just feels kind of like, a lot of like, I don't know, freeway driving to get to where you want to go and stuff. So I don't really notice the one-way street stuff. I guess there is a lot, you have the frontage roads going one direction on one side of the freeway and the other and all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I guess. In downtown, yeah, downtown's like that. I like downtown though. It's cool. I love some of the architecture too. I like that they don't necessarily. There's some really cool, funky old buildings down there. I try not to go down there very often, and I think the couple times that I have been down there, I haven't driven. Somebody else has been driving, so I never noticed that they were all one ways. I like to know that it's there. And we've gone like to the Riverwalk and stuff like that, but I love the Riverwalk too. It's cool. It's very, very cool. I do miss being near an ocean though, or near a large body of water. I know there's Lake Austin, but I've never been up there. I should go up there and check it out. I've only been up to Austin once to visit a friend that lived up there in a place called Leander. And then she moved from there, so I haven't really been to Austin much either. I've been kind of homebound. I mean, I work from home now. Yeah, the Riverwalk's cool. I like the Riverwalk a lot. It's like really cool. I think it's really neat. It's very cute. Yeah, Christmas time there is cool with all the lights and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool here. I like it. It's a neat city. There's like, like I said, I live in this sort of suburb, so I'm kind of like, it just feels like normal, like anywhere else, I guess. I like that there's such a Latin influence. Like there's so many like Mexican people here and stuff. I like that sort of flavor, in the sense like the food and the culture and that sort of thing. I do like that about the city. So I like cities that are more, what's the word, like integrated, I guess. I used to live in San Francisco, and there was a large, huge population in a small area, so everybody kind of intermingled in a way, and I like that, and I missed that for a while when I was living where I used to be in Texas. It was like just all white people. It was a little bit boring. It is. It's very similar to Mexico. I lived in Mexico for a year too, so I enjoyed that. It's like to me, it feels like living here is like you get the benefits of sort of the feel of like it's like living in Mexico, but you get the benefits of still being in the United States in that sense, if that makes sense. So, although Mexico does have its charm, like for sure, there's certain aspects of Mexico that are really charming. So, but I like it here. It's cool. I would like to check out the downtown area more, but it's probably about a good maybe 15 or 20-minute drive at least, and that's like with no traffic. And then like sorting out parking and all of that sort of stuff. And anytime that I've been down there, it seems a little bit crazy. So I'm like, right now I don't have a vehicle, so it's kind of been that's also been part of the reason why I've been so homebound. So and I have the dogs and stuff, so like going out to explore, I usually only have like 4 or 5 hours, and then that's it. We actually, there's not really a winter over here, but we did have 4 days of snow in this last year, which was really weird. But like all of Texas kind of got hit hard in that storm. So it was sort of, that was really weird because that felt like a winter. It was like, what the hell's going on? Oh, did you, Stephen? I'm in the process of selling mine. I'm waiting for the banks to contact us to finalize the sale. So that's good. Where are you again, Stephen? I don't remember. PV is changing too. I'm interested to go back because I haven't been there in like 2 years since I left there. Um, uh, so I haven't. I know that some of the changes are, they were putting in condo building after condo building after condo building, and it's going to turn into like it felt a little bit like Miami when I was leaving. I was like, this is not, the charm that the romantic zone had is sort of slipping away, I feel like. So, yeah, it's a good market to sell right now. I know. I know. It took me like my houses were on the market for Minneapolis. That's right. The houses were on the market for like 2 years. So hopefully, these finish up and I'll be done. And then I'm not to say that I'm off of Mexico completely. I just think now's not the time to be down there, trying to be down there, especially with COVID and all this other stuff. So I think I'm gonna stay here and work and then like plan on a really good retirement is the plan. I'm moving out of my apartment this coming weekend. They brought my aunt here from Florida. I'm going to take care of her, then moving again. I'm moving in wherever that is, right? That's cool that you get to take care of your aunt. That's kind of nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just here for now. Like, I like it here. It's okay. It's easy here. Things feel kind of just like I feel good here. So, not too worried about it right now. And then I would like to travel once I'm older and more, retired. I need to concentrate more in the next probably 10 or 20 years around work and doing that sort of stuff. She's 94. Wow. It can be hard taking care of people that old because they are that old, but they have lived such a long life that they don't really want to be told what to do. At least that was my experience when I took care of my grandmother, my great aunt. Casey says everyone's moving. I feel it has to do with timelines on a multidimensional scope. It's probably true. I think that the whole pandemic sort of shook things up. I think that it changed a lot of, what people could and couldn't do. I think a lot of people decided to move. Like, I know that a lot of the markets are hot right now. Like a lot of markets are like houses are selling everywhere. It's really weird. And so even though we were in this sort of pandemic and like economies were supposed to be crashing, everybody started like either downsizing and moving or doing whatever that they were doing. I don't know. But now that it's sort of bouncing back, I'm gonna cash in and get my houses sold in Mexico because just it's not there for me right now. That's not where I want to be right now. I'm pretty clear on that. Camper van, that would be kind of cool. I feel like it has been shifting to a positive timeline. I agree, Casey. I agree. I agree. And I think we could all use it. We all deserve it. Sometimes that sounds appealing to me, that whole idea of like packing everything in a van and just doing the nomad thing. But I don't know. Right now I'm good here. Like I have four dogs now. So like I mean I've had three up until recently and like our fourth, because once you have three, what does it really matter? But they're really my first priority as far as, keeping a stable home life and whatever available to them, and so that they're happy, content, and they give me love and I love them and they're like my babies. And so I'm okay where I'm at right now with them. And then, if they cross the Rainbow Bridge or whatever, then at that point I will assess what I want to do next and how I want to do it. That's kind of the plan. But sometimes like that whole tiny house thing sounds good and all of that sort of stuff. You know, less to clean, less to maintain. Having a house is like work. It's I mean it's nice, but it's you always have to be cleaning it or maintaining it. I've been focusing a lot on gardening. So that's been cool. I've been enjoying it too, but it's just a lot of maintenance. Like just kind of there's changes I want to make and all of that sort of stuff. And you know, you kind of have to be cutting the grass and doing just stuff all the time, which is okay. It keeps me busy. But sometimes I think about, a small house or like just a van, having the idea of having everything that I own just fit in like one suitcase sometimes also appeals to me. But I have the dogs, so that wouldn't work. Anyways, it doesn't seem like there's many. Lisa already cashed in her charming for May, right, Lisa? You're my only Patreon subscriber on right now. Yeah, a lot of them have already cashed in. So that's good. I may not stay on much longer. I'll stay on for about a half an hour. If nobody wants to buy any readings, then I will sign off and go make dinner, maybe take a bath, and then watch that. It's kind of like Rear Window, that movie, The Woman Who Looked Out the Window, or whatever it's called. It reminds me of Rear Window. I think that's the movie, the Alfred Hitchcock film. I have felt I'm too detached from everything, or is it I'm to travel like a gypsy, LOL, with much, but what's in my back? I don't know. It's weird. I know I've been feeling that way for years. I used to have this really strong urge to want to push everything I owned to the center of the room and set it on fire. And not even like a pyromaniac sort of way. It was sort of like this idea of feeling very free of material things. But some of the stuff that I have like sentimentality stuff around it. And then I think about, I have a house like now full of furniture that I've acquired that I never kind of expected to have. And so I think that it's okay to have this as like sort of a home base for right now. It's a place for me to be. I'm happy. The dogs are happy. But I don't know if I'll always want like a home in that way and things. Right now, I like some of my stuff. I love my crystals. I love like all the decks that I have. I like doing readings and, I need a place for all that stuff. I love that I have this little office in this house. It's great. It's like my little space to come to do this work. So I've got a dedicated space for it. I like that about it. But it's funny. Possessions are sort of weird. I don't know how, like I go on and off having them. Like it's really weird. God, that was a long time ago, the meditation in the morning with the forecast. I have felt I'm too detached. Oh, I read that already. Okay. Yeah. I've been really to be honest, I've been really into gardening. I want to get a bunch of lavender and sage and rosemary and plant them because they're really good plants. Plus, you can also use them in, different sort of like for burning, for smudging and things like that. And I love the idea of having like a perimeter or sort of like lavender, sage, and rosemary kind of growing all around the outside of the house. Sort of, I don't know if that's like the witch in me or what, but I kind of like the idea of that. And then I was looking at Palo Santo trees just to find out because they grow down in, I want to say, South America or somewhere. So I was trying to find out how they grow and can you get a Palo Santo tree? Not for smudge purposes, just to have one growing out front of my house. So I've been looking into that sort of stuff and I bought some different types of ferns and I have this little courtyard in the front of the house that I want to kind of fix up and make it my own. And I kind of envision like big lavender bushes out there because not only will it smell nice, but it will also keep the flies and things away. There's a lot of flies in San Antonio for some reason. I don't know why, but there is. So, and I love the smell of rosemary too. I do. Oh, it's all right. I was just, there's no pressure. I'm just getting on just to fulfill my Sunday like commitment to you guys. Hey Nancy, how are you? Hey Tammy, how are you? Hey Stephanie, how are you? So yeah, so that's kind of it. So I've been kind of looking into that sort of stuff. I found out that planting ferns from seeds can be kind of a process. And so I'm sort of trying to learn that by looking online. And then I'm trying to figure out where I can buy an actual like starter white sage plant. Ideally, I would like to have sage kind of all around the house in different areas so that I can grow it and then also like clip it, dry it, and use it for smudging and stuff like that. And then ideally, I love rosemary. I was looking at sweetgrass, just different plants and trying to figure out what I could put around the house. And it seems like those can also be really good in this climate, which is ideal. So I would love the house to be really fragrant outside. I think that the lady that lived here before used to be a bit of a gardener too, because there's some really beautiful rose bushes in the backyard that, and she has like a lot of stuff died off after that 4 days of snow. And so some of it's begun to come back. And there's like a hibiscus plant that was really big and it died down, and I cut it all the way back, and now it's growing back from the ground up, which is great. But I'm thinking, maybe sort of change some of the things up around here. Love grows where rosemary grows. Remember that song? I don't know that song, but that's cool. I could use some love. And they will come back each year. So I can get what, sage at garden centers? We don't get snow here, so I mean, not as a rule. Like we got 4 days of snow like this last winter, which was really freak thing. But sage is sort of like known to grow down here. So I'm trying to figure out. I looked online and it didn't seem quite so easy to like just order a sage plant and have it sent to you. That's what I was going to try and do, like Amazon. That's how I got the fern seeds. But then when I started, it's not as easy as just like dropping a seed in the ground and boom, you've got a fern tree. You're supposed to like germinate them and put them in dirt in a bag and all this stuff. And I was like, oh shit, I didn't realize this was such a process just to get some ferns. How gay am I that I need ferns? But the reason why I want ferns, I love ferns for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it is the gay gene. I fucking love ferns. And then the other thing is that they're safe. I got like sun-friendly ferns, like, they do well both, like they love shady spots, but they also kind of there's some that can, different sort of varieties that do well with some sun. So there's one area in the front of the house that is all shaded. Plus they're safe if the dogs decide to eat them, because my one dog, Gus, he loves to like just eat foliage. And I hate that he does that, but I think he needs to do it to sort of move his system through when he needs to poop and stuff. And so I want to get him at least plants that I know are non-toxic that won't harm him. And ferns are non-toxic to dogs. So, and once they get growing, they're usually big and bushy and beautiful. I will have to check the Lowe's then. And then there's a Home Depot nearby too. I'll check there. I didn't know that they would have that. And that's what I was thinking about sage and lavender and stuff like that. Ultimately, like they're semi-safe, I don't think the dogs would eat lavender because of the smell. They might try the rosemary, but even that I think might be off-putting to them. But even if they ate it, it wouldn't like totally kill them, I don't think, unless they ate large amounts of it. And the sage, I don't think that they should eat that either, just because of how pungent it is. But I would love the idea of just going out and clipping that stuff and then drying it on my own. I could make my own little bundles, smudge bundles, and maybe send them out to you guys or something so you can all smudge your house. The mint, I thought about mint too. And I don't know much about thyme, but grow him some lettuce. Totally. Grow him some fucking broccoli. He needs some fiber. He's out there. There's this one plant. I got this this plant identifier because without fail, if I leave him in the backyard unattended for like a good 20 minutes, I'll go out there and he'll be mawing on some leafy greens of some sort. And I'm like, don't eat that. I don't know if it's poisonous. So I got one of those plant identifiers on my phone, and so I could find out if stuff was poisonous or not because I was really worried about it. And one of the plants out there, I guess it turns out it's like a sweet, I don't even know the name of it. It's like the leaves are sweet on it. And I didn't understand why he's always eating this plant. But what I found out is it's a big favorite plant of birds and that the leaves are actually sweet. And so he's out there like, eating the plant down because it's sweet. So I let the plant grow. I don't even know, it might be a weed out there, but he tends to eat it. I'm like, okay, whatever. My dogs totally leave my herbs alone while one loves weed, but that's a whole other topic. You can do basil too, and any lettuces are really easy. That's cool. Yeah, I would just like to do that because there's a lot of, I don't know, I just think, and I also think it would be kind of cool to have those plants outside my house, like from a sort of a weird protection sort of space, if that makes any sense, like energetic protection in a weird way. Like if I had like some lavender and sage and stuff out front and then a little bit in the back, it's just kind of like, there is one sage plant out there called Texas sage, which I've never seen before. It's got really pretty purple flowers and really tiny green gray leaves, similar to like normal sage. And I didn't realize it was a sage until I plant identified it. And so I don't know if you can smudge that, but I may try at some point. It's called, I've never heard of Texas sage. It looks like it's part of the sage family, certainly, but it doesn't look, and it's doing really well out there. So we'll see what I'm hopefully going to end up with. But I have these ferns that I need to plant. And there's some plants that I want to get rid of that are out front that don't look so great. And they also, I'm allergic to them. So like when I rub up against this certain purple plant, it makes me itch like you would not even believe. Like it's crazy. It's almost instantaneous. Yeah, I know it would be very grounding for sure. Anita, tonight is paid reading, so if you wanted to purchase a reading, I could put the link in the chat. If not, that's okay. This is not a free night. It's Sunday night, so I'm here chatting, and then if anybody wants to buy a reading, they certainly can. If not, I'm going to sign off soon, and that's fine too. There's no pressure, guys. So I worked all day, so I would think you can smudge with Texas sage. It's actually really pretty. It's a pretty plant. And so I've been here for a little while, Nancy. Like I've been here about 6 months. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? So yeah, so I guess it's maybe new since we've spoken. I'm still in Texas though. But I also like the idea of just having plants around that I could also use, like a little bit here and there, a clip here, a clip there, that kind of thing. And lavender grows pretty prolifically, like once you get it going, I think. And same with rosemary. I think those are pretty, I think they're also fairly drought resistant too. They can be. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh. Did any of you guys check out I haven't done the earth signs yet. For those of you that are Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, hold tight. I know you're a Capricorn, Mary. You're just going to have to wait. I'm hoping to get to them. I tried to do them. I tried to start them yesterday morning and my internet fell out again. And the AT&T guy had to come at like 10 a.m. yesterday, not 10 a.m., noon yesterday to try and fix it, but he got it all back online while I was working. So I'm gonna maybe film tomorrow, and I'm gonna start with Virgo, and then we'll be Capricorn, and then Taurus. I'm gonna try not to wait until Wednesday, my day off. Oh, thank you. I have it. It's right here. I'll show it to you. I don't know if you can see it. I didn't know if you noticed it in the daily, Lisa, but I put it right there. So I'm looking at it all the time, the tapestry that you gave me. So thank you for that. I didn't know if you would notice it, like the change in the wall color back there, like right here. It's now, but I like looking at it. It reminds me of the symbol of the business too. So I think it's kind of neat. So that's where I put it. So I get to look at it all the time. Oh, Stephanie, you're waiting for Virgo. It'll be the next one that I do. Hopefully, if I can't do them all tomorrow, I'm gonna at least get one of them done. Ideally, I got up early yesterday, like quite a bit early, and then I was gonna do one, and for some reason the internet dropped out, and so the guy came and he fixed it at noon yesterday, and then I was just too tired after the end of the day, so I said forget it. And then today I'm doing this right now. But tomorrow I might do at least one, if not all three, after work, or if I get up earlier. It all depends. Like the dogs sometimes wake me up. It's different things that get me up. So, but Virgo will be the first Earth sign to go, and all the rest are up. So all the other signs, I got those all done early. Oh, that's awesome, Nancy. I'm so glad for you. That's cool. Yeah, isn't that nice, Mary? Lisa sent that to me the other day, just like total surprise. Like about a week ago, I got it. She picked it out and sent it to me. I didn't even know she could do that, but she was able to. I thought it was cool. Yeah, Aries got a really good reading. I was like kind of like tripping on Aries reading. I was like, whoa, Aries. Aries was impressive. It was weird cards. Felt really interesting, Aries reading to me. Felt full of possibility. Aries had like a standout reading, I felt like, for this coming month. I only know I mean, I have an Aries rising, but I know a couple Aries, but you knew about it, Mary? Thank you, Stephanie. Are you guys all like, what's the word? Like co-conspirators? You're all like discussing. You watched it because your daughter and partner are Aries. Good. I hope that they have good months coming up. They should. It looked like it from those cards. Those cards look really kind of exciting. Conspired together. Hmm. I can hear the dogs wrestling on the bed. It's like I think the minute they hear me talking in here, they think that they can get away with all kinds of crap. Like all of a sudden I can hear them in their roughhousing because they know that I'm preoccupied now. So they're like in there, like tearing shit up. I'm gonna go in there and watch my pillows will be all like twisted up, and the blanket will be twisted up into a circle in the middle of the bed. I just know them so well. They're little like hellions. They lay around snoring all day, and the minute I get busy with something, all of a sudden they've got like shit they've got to do. Oh, I just saw your message just now, Lisa. Apparently, I am. Thank you for sending me the message because it would have reminded me if I hadn't caught it myself. Like I would have saw the message and been like, oh shit. It just doesn't feel like a Sunday. I don't really know what day of the week it is anymore. It's really weird. Ever since like COVID and stuff, I kind of feel like I've lost track of times and dates and all of that sort of stuff. It's really strange. And having my days off in the middle of the week, like on Wednesday, Thursday. So I always think of that as being my weekend now. And this is really like my midweek point. Doesn't feel like the end of the week to me. Kind of weird. So basically, I'm a hot mess. How are the cats? They're fine. The dog chases after the cats, but they're not too bothered by him. They kind of like Sven actually plays with him sometimes. Sven also will back him off, like if he gets too much up in Sven's space. Like I've seen Sven kind of swat at him, but I've also seen Sven engage in play with the puppy. So, and the puppy doesn't harm them or anything. Like he likes them. Like the minute I open the back door, usually if they're in the backyard or whatever, he'll go chasing out after them. And he kind of terrorizes them a little bit, like just chases them, but he doesn't harm them or bite at them, or he likes them. You could tell that, and they like him. Like Ingmar will rub up against the puppy and stuff. Like they've figured out that he's part of the gang now. He's definitely like much more integrated into the whole pack and family and all of that. So yeah, I've been way off. Like there's times where I literally have to stop and go like, wait, what day is it? And I mean, like, is it Wednesday or is it Sunday? I have no clue. Like it's weird. It's like alternate time, like what Casey was talking about. Living in a multi-dimensional, like alternate universe where all of a sudden time isn't quite as important as it used to be or something. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, that's funny. My dogs sometimes get caught up in certain shows. What was it? Something was on where there was a dog barking and they all got into it. They could hear the dog on the TV. The worst is when a doorbell rings on the TV and the dogs think it's our doorbell and they all go nuts and go running for the door. And it will be like at night. It scares me to death because they all jump up and start barking and run towards the door. And I'm like, oh shit, it's on the TV, guys. But that happens from time to time. That actually happened, I think it was last night. I was watching something and it was on Netflix and it was like sort of sounded like the doorbell. It was a doorbell, but it didn't sound quite like our doorbell. And Gus was totally asleep. And so, well, they were all asleep around me on the bed. But the doorbell and the TV rang and Gus kind of lifted his head and then he started to get up and I was like, oh no, bud. Oh no, it's the TV. It's the TV. And I was like patting his butt, like letting him know everything was okay. And then Bodhi like started to jump up because he wasn't sure what was going on, but he could tell that Gus was up. It was weird. It's funny though. It was cute because Gus was kind of like, do I get up? What's that doorbell? Oh, they're so funny to me. I got the date down. What year is this? That's true too. That is true too. And we have right outside my office, there's that bird that's been chirping like in the early mornings. There's been like this weird bird chirping sound and stuff. I figured it out. There's a cardinal that has a nest in this tree right outside. I don't know how well you guys can see out the window. Do you see that tree right there? There's a nest right at the top of it, and there's a cardinal always around there. And so they have a nest in there. So I have this cardinal couple that fly around. Oh, excuse me, guys. Actually, I just heard him go cheep, cheep. There he is. Can you hear that? That's him. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but that's the cardinal. It's this short little like peep, peep, cheep, cheep. It's the female. I've seen her a lot because she's like not as red, but she's kind of big. She's pretty. Hey Phyllis, how are you? You can hear her, Stephanie? Yeah. She'll be like out there chirping like before it's even dark. I mean, before the sun's up, it's still dark out in the morning. Sometimes like I'll be up at like 5 in the morning filming and I'll hear her out there in the little tree right next to me. I'm like, what are you doing, girl? So it'll be interesting once our babies come. I don't want to mess with the nest. I'm afraid that some of the local cats might get her. Or my cat, I hope not. I mean, not get her, but like get the babies or something. But hopefully they can't get to her. She's kind of, you can see her nest up there. So. So my boyfriend often catching me having Phil on talks to my cat. He thinks I'm weird, LOL. But I think anals are very connected to us. Lisa, that's kind of private information. I don't know if you should be sharing that publicly. Just kidding. I knew you meant animals. But I don't think this is really the place where we should be talking about having anal. Oh, God. Yeah, it is just you and me. I think I'm going to sign off. I know, Lisa, you and your typos. I knew what you meant, though. I have full-on conversations with my animals, too. They're actually the only people I really talk to anymore, and they're not even people. I think I'm going to sign off and go make dinner, and then I'm going to go watch this movie. Check out, if you guys want a little bit of Mexican melodrama, I would say check out Who Killed Sarah. It's pretty entertaining on Netflix. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Hey, Jen Nichols, how are you? Hey, Esme, how are you? So yeah, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was fun. It's very like melodramatic and a little bit definitely over the top. Everybody's so like just they're all dirt balls. They're great. It's kind of cool because you sort of hate people and then like them and then hate them again. It's sort of fun. No, I finished it so far. I've watched all of it. I just finished it before coming on live. So I just finally got to the end of season 2. So I'm not going to say anything, but they are filming a season 3. There was an announcement at the end of the season 2 episodes that season 3 will be coming. So I think it's good. I kind of like it. I think the actors are really great. And I think it's fun. It's like fun, over the top melodrama. I was really impressed with it. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. Oh my God. On Netflix. Yeah, I Phyllis, I'm about to sign off. So I've been on for almost 50 minutes and nobody's interested. I'm doing readings for purchase. Sundays I do either readings for my Patreon subscribers or readings for purchase. So, and nobody's purchasing, which is fine. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Like I'm just here in case anybody needs me, kind of thing. All right. Well, I think I'm going to go and start making dinner. But I will talk to you guys later. Keep an eye out for the earth signs. All of the other signs, fire, water, and air, are all up on the YouTube page, on the YouTube channel, or on the business page. If you want to find them quicker, you could go to YouTube. They're probably easier to find than scrolling back. But those are all available to you guys for the month of June. So that's out there and available for those of you that might be looking for reading. You can certainly look at your signs. You can look at your sun, moon, and rising if you don't know your chart. You can find that out via astro.com and then look at your sun, moon, and rising and kind of get a cross-section feel of what you might be getting this June or what might be going on for you this June. And I will be back on next Sunday. And I'm here every morning for the live, not for the live, sorry, for the daily forecast when I premiere it every morning. So you can always, chat in the chat room when that happens on the YouTube channel. It's only on the YouTube channel. It's not here on Facebook. So you can join us over there every morning. It's usually kind of early though, but if you're up, you're more than welcome to join. I know the Aries one was full of possibility, Jen. Big time. Aries June is straight up fire, no pun intended. All right, so I'm going to sign off and I will talk to you guys later. Have a great night. And if you need me, you know where to message to find me. If you don't, then go to the YouTube channel and you can look in the daily video description in the drop down. You can find me that way. All right, you guys, have a great night. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.